creative life?
I read an article the other day. It was an interview and a survey of something like almost 100 centenarians, people who lived 100 years. And they asked them several questions, but one question they asked them was, looking back at that 100 years, is there something you wish you would have done? One thing above all things that you wish you would have done to make your life different. Not that it's a regret, just something that you wish you would have done. And an astounding amount of them, 80 to 90% of them, answered that by saying, I wish I would have had the courage to take more risk. Not be timid about anything. Move out. And if I had a desire or something that was worthwhile and good, I wouldn't worry about criticism or anything. I would do it and do it well as I could, as well as God gifted me the talent to do it. And so when we're on that list, I agree, because I've been afraid of criticism and a lot of different things, and it's held me back from really trying, or not just trying, but going ahead and doing something just because I know God put it on my heart that is something I should be doing. He gave me a certain talent and I should be using it and sharing it unafraid with the public. And that's part of this YouTube channel. It's not like I'm really all excited about it. In fact, I don't get very many views, but that's okay. I'm trying to improve on the videos, and I'm learning a lot about, how to produce them. And the photography is great, because videography is photography. And it works my brain, keeping it fresh and well exercised, and the neurons sparking all the way. So on today's subject isn't just about risk. It's the subject for longevity and an abundant life. It's not just about risk, but that's part of all of this. The last video I did was on productivity and don't retire, in the sense that, keep doing something that's noble, something that's right, something that's good, something that benefits others. Continue doing that your whole life, and your life will be full. So on that subject, one of the things, and there's a lot of clinical research about it, that using your creative mind, your creative spirit, the spirit that God gave you, the creator of all, is not just a righteous thing to do. It's a healthy thing to do. It's been proven over and over again that to go out and use your creativity exercises your mind and spirit all at one time. And I feel that's what drew me to photography. And this whole idea that I did it for 10 years and never really shared it with anybody other than some people that would be on Instagram. And then I really didn't like Instagram or Facebook, so I quit it. And then I decided after a while that phooey on that, It's like the old gal. My mom told me about her. Said when she turned, 65 or 70, she said, I'll wear purple if I want. I don't care, okay? It's me. And that's part of this creativity, is just being you. A lot of people say, well, if you want to be a hit on YouTube, do this kind of video, do that kind of video, do a video like so-and-so, or, like the Super Beast or whatever. And no, that's not me. Me is just the things I do. And many of the things I do, I know it's helped people already on how to put in a vented ceiling, or install a fireplace, or photography, or build a gallery. So today's video is about creativity and why everyone should exercise it every day. You have a passion for something, doodling, whatever. And so let's discuss one of the main ingredients, I feel, to an abundant, healthy, full life is creativity, as well as productivity, and as far as spirituality. So today, on the longevity piece, staying young is doing your art, no matter what it is. Even if it's whittling, my grandfather would whittle with me and teach me how to turn a big stick of wood into a little stick of wood, whatever it is. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Creativity doesn't reward pretending. It rewards owning your nature and sharpening it.
For 2 years. Wait, what? 2 years? Yes. I'm suggesting you commit to your creative passion.
Your creativity is calling. It's asking to be expressed, to be brought into the world. But maybe
we all are artists. The question is, are we a better artist today than we were yesterday? And are we doing everything we can to be the best artist we can be tomorrow?
Well, good morning. Yesterday's video was on don't retire, stay productive. And whatever it is, anything from volunteering to starting a new business or staying in business. In this case, mine is I'm going to start sharing my photography, my art, with other people here in the mountains by having a gallery, opening a gallery, a studio and gallery. And if you've been watching this channel, you know about some of the challenges at my age to do some things like making this space here, as well as the space we'll go into, a part of that gallery. But today's video is about creativity, and being creative is a lot of different things. Creative is how an old man can put up this OSB and plywood up at the peak of this, which is it's about 12 feet to that peak. So an OSB is pretty heavy for an old fart to get up there, but you have to be creative sometimes, have to be creative. When I'm speaking of creative, it can be music, art, all kinds, photography to painting to sculpture, and even architecture. To me, architecture can be uniquely applied to being creative, especially if you do the work yourself, because it's a design as you build. And go into the other part of this gallery, which was space that we've just had a gut feeling we should use for something like an extra living space or whatever. And we have it for even for Linda on her creativity for canning. We put a little kitchen in here. But now it's going to be part of a gallery, and of course, where I do my printing. So, what about staying creative? What does that mean? So, what I've learned is don't be afraid to take risks, and try something, whatever it is. Even like I talked about going out here to the entryway and putting up OSB by myself up on the peak in there. Wasn't easy, but I got creative. Oh, that word creative. Very key to mental acuity and your emotional health and wellness. It's great. So, on creativity, that's the subject for today. Yesterday was productivity. Today is creativity. And when you need to just, when you think of creativity, I thought that, well, I can't draw, but who says I can't draw? So start doodling. That's drawing, right? I told myself, well, I'm no good at writing. Who said that? Just me. So I started writing a daily journal, and then that grew into some essays, which are out on my website at jamesbondley.com. And after years of doing that, the writing gets a little better. The drawing gets a little better. Just a few hours a day practicing being creative in everything that you do. Eventually you get pretty good at it, even like the photography. You know, when I started that, I couldn't take a picture for anything. But now, after years of just doing it a couple hours a day, I'm a decent photographer. And that's why I'm going to open up this gallery. I was afraid of printing the images and sharing them because I was afraid of the criticism. Fuian criticism. Do it for yourself, if nothing else, and the few people around you, and do it for God, above all, to honor Him. So I bought printers, started printing the images, started to go to some shows, started selling them. And I thought, wow, well, that really begs the idea that you can do all things through Christ Jesus. Because I didn't think I could write, do any art, music, and I've taken up the guitar, and I need a few years at that. But I've always been creative because we've built and constructed all of our homes. And this space, Linda and I did all of it, except for the heavy framing and the roofing. I was too old for that. So we get creative to maintain our productivity when we get older. But I'm going to focus on creativity and how it affects wellness and your own spirit. God is the God of all creation and is instilled in every one of us creativity. We just need to exercise it. And yeah, you don't have to share it with everybody at first if you're real timid about it, but that's even good. Even if it was, in your opinion, really bad, whatever it was. The tune you play, the photo you took, the doodling you did, the writing you did. And that feedback is good. It builds you. Builds your character, builds your skills, all of it. So I'm going to focus a little more on, of all the things of creativity, from construction to landscaping, that's art. I'm going to focus on what I've really had a calling to do, and that's on photography. So I love capturing life, especially here in the Dakotas. I mean, this is about Dakota. The lifestyle, the scenery, and a lot of people go, oh, North Dakota, it's just a cold place that's flat, doesn't hardly have any trees, la da 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 da. Well, I'll have to be flashing a few of the images across this that I'm proud of. And I mean that proud, not as prideful, but something that I feel I'm building a body of work, something that might live beyond my lifetime, and that's fine. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. So, it always feels good to have people come back and say, "Oh, I love that picture. Oh, that's such a beautiful picture," you know. And so I said, well, if people are interested, I tried selling online with a website. It doesn't seem to work. So that's why we're doing this gallery and building this gallery out. But what happened recently when I went to a powwow and some friends set up a booth, they were kind enough to let me share some space and show some of my images. Well, I ran into a gallery owner over in Grand Forks, North Dakota, and it was a unique gallery because it was called Arts for Vets. And I'm a vet, Navy vet, Vietnam War, but I never stepped into Vietnam. I was in the Navy. So it's hard for me to call myself a Vietnam vet, but that's kind of give you my era, I guess. Anyway, I went down to visit this gallery, and I did a video on it, by the way. So just recently, the gallery called me and said they're doing a special event this summer, starting July 12th and going to August 15th. And they asked me if I'd be the featured artist. And I'm just stunned by that. Really. And so I accepted immediately. And so now I am printing images or going through images, and I'll have some of them maybe flashing up here in the corner or something. Trying to decide what to have for that gallery show. And what I've decided is I want my photography, even though I travel and take pictures everywhere we go, whether it's Hawaii or the Olympic Peninsula or wherever, Alaska, East Coast, Canada. But my concentration is going to be where God placed me, here in North Dakota. Actually, my concentration will be the land of Dakotas, North and South Dakota, a little bit of Montana, a little bit of Minnesota. About the lifestyle, about the beautiful landscapes, about the people, about the character, all of it. So creativity is great for the mind, body, your emotional health, even physical health. Because for me, photography, I have to get out and hike around a bit and get some steps in. So join me on this journey of wellness, longevity, and abundant life, okay? And just quit telling yourself you can't do something, because you can. All you have to do is put your mind to it and do it, right? And practice it, you'll get better. Whatever it is. Construction, man, my early construction was terrible. Now it's getting pretty good. You know, sometimes things are backwards. You learn all this stuff in life. If you only knew it when you started it, imagine it. But that's just the way it is that. Retirement, no, I don't even like that word. I said, don't ever use that word. Your golden years, right, can be golden and abundant if you keep living, being creative, doing creative things, painting, whatever, joining in a group of painters, learning, taking classes, all of it. I was watching some videos by some people on creativity, and I'll have little clips around in here for this because I want to keep these morning things under 15 minutes, long enough to get a message across, yet short enough that you won't get bored with the content. I'll go into more and more details as I do these videos on wellness and longevity and abundant living. And things like how to, on the printers, how to do the construction, how to photograph. So for me, it's a form of worship. I go out every morning, most mornings, and greet the sunrise and see the sunset and some in between to take pictures of events and just ordinary people doing ordinary things, especially with laughter and smiles on their faces. Because this is a heavy time. Man, it's hard to even watch some of these news channels and all the rest of it. So it's an escape. Go out and try whatever something's been bugging you to try, whether it's painting or drawing or construction or whatever it is. Get creative. Keep the mind working. Special parts of the mind, the right brain versus the left brain, and the creative part is critical. So that's about it. I'm getting up on 13 minutes or so, and I'm just going to let these last few minutes reflect some of the images and some of my creativity that I've done. I hope these videos are helping you think about things, being productive, being creative, being grateful. Keep your spirit close to God. So enjoy these images, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Adios. Bye.